most people who will hold you back are going to be people who aren't achieving.
This is a journey.
Let me take you on a journey.
There will still be the journey.
The journey.
New sheriff in town, and his name is
The journey.
Journey.
This thing is bigger than Nino Brown. This is
The journey.
The journey.
What is it that moved you?
The journey. The journey. The journey. The journey. The journey.
Welcome back to another episode of The Journey. I'm your host, Larry Robinson, and today we have a Memphis icon that I know you're going to love. However, before we get started, I got to give you your quote. And today's quote is by James Baldwin, the famous author. Those who say it can't be done are usually interrupted by others doing it. And this gentleman definitely personifies that. We have Mr. Elzie Rosebud, straight out of Carver, plumber, scoutmaster, devout Christian, husband, father, and also a veteran. So this brother has a multitude of experiences. Scoutmaster is one we're going to talk about and really dig into. With no further ado, we have Brother Elzie Rosebud. Hey, brother.
How you doing,
How
Larry?
you doing, sir?
All
I'm
right.
glad to have you on the show.
It's good to be here.
Good. So listen, where can we start? Let's start with the early days. Tell me about neighborhood you grew up in and any type of aspect about it that really stands out in your mind.
Well, we started out on South Main Extended.
Okay.
And most people don't know what South Main Extended is, but it's in South Memphis.
Okay.
And it was a tenement.
Okay.
And those were my earliest years in Memphis. And
Wait a minute. What's a tenement?
that was when you had a whole bunch of apartments downstairs and upstairs.
Okay.
And that was what we call a tenement, and
Okay.
it covered the whole block from Macklemore back to Farrell Street.
Okay, so that was your neighborhood in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the next door neighbor like?
Those neighbors, I was small.
Uh-huh.
Some of the kids I grew up with, Sam Pluki and Maisie and Mildred and Pop. And
Okay.
I remember those guys and
Okay.
those kids we played with and stuff.
Okay.
We were all around the same age.
Growing up, who had the biggest impact on your life outside of your parents?
Well, that's a question because at each stage there was a person.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to get to the family later on,
Okay,
but
okay.
these people here are outside the family.
Okay.
In school, it was probably my second grade teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you remember about him?
Well, as a kid now.
Okay.
The Christmas party,
Okay.
second grade.
Okay.
First time I ever had a Ritz cracker.
Okay.
All I ever had was saltines.
The first time you had a
First
Ritz
time
cracker,
I ever had a
that
Ritz
was
cracker.
a life epiphany,
Hey,
huh?
hey.
A moment.
Tuna fish on a Ritz cracker, that was the bomb. And she and we had the Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Wasn't allowed to drink Coke, but she had Coca-Colas.
Okay.
And she always told me, she said, most people who will hold you back are going to be people who aren't achieving.
Really?
I didn't know what it meant.
Okay.
But I would hear that message on and on throughout my elementary and junior high school and high school day from my other teachers.
Right.
And I didn't,
Okay.
so.
Well, hold on. Let's keep going. What decision did you make as a young person that had a lifelong impact but you didn't know it at the time was going to have that such sort of impact on your life?
Toughing things out so my mama wouldn't find out.
What you mean? Explain. Unpack that.
Okay. If I got in trouble,
Okay.
I would take whatever punishment was coming. Didn't matter what it was.
Okay.
As long as you don't tell my mom.
Really?
Because I wasn't going to survive that punishment. Okay.
Mama was brutal, huh?
And talk about it till till all you 40 years old. She bring it up.
Oh,
She
wow.
never gonna quit talking about it. Now she quit beating you about it. She never quit talking about it. And so that was one thing that I didn't want. And also, she would be disappointed.
Okay.
And I really didn't want to disappoint her.
Okay.
And the going on and on was just her disappointment.
Okay. Okay. How different are you from the dreams of your childhood? Like, you know, some people grow up want to be firefighters and all
Very
this kind of
different.
stuff.
That was me.
Really?
That was me. I wanted to be either a fireman or a policeman.
Oh yeah.
See, but at that age, I didn't see any fireman or policeman that looked like me.
Really?
See, so I changed my dream.
What age was that?
That was in the 6th grade.
In the 6th grade, you changed your dream.
I changed my dream.
What did you want to be when you were
Well,
in 6th grade?
I changed my dream from that to being a cattle rancher. Yeah.
Now, where did the cattle rancher come from in South Memphis?
Well, I watched a lot of rawhide. Me and my mama, we watched a lot of rawhide.
Okay.
And oh man, Luke Brock.
Okay.
What's the black actor name? Brock, real dark. I can't think of his name now.
Okay.
I knew it a while ago, but he was on a rawhide show.
Okay. Okay.
And I saw a black cowboy.
Really?
And I said, you know what? I could be a rancher.
Well, that's part of this show, though.
And that was it.
Oh,
and
yeah?
That's when I saw that, and that's when I thought about being a rancher.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
going out to Texas, wide open spaces, buying
Right.
the land. Horses didn't care if you was black or white. The cows didn't care if you were black or white.
Right.
They just ate the grass, and then you sold them off.
Right.
And it seemed like a thing. You just watched it. You just let the cow eat the grass on the ground. That's all I thought it was.
Okay.
You know.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Rosebud. What's your why? Why you get up every morning and fight the good fight?
Well, I used to get up to make money.
Okay.
Okay. And the Lord blessed me with a wonderful wife, and she told me that I started need to get up with a better purpose.
Okay.
Okay. And I need to help somebody. And I asked her the question. I said, well, help who? She said, you can help us. You can help your children. I said, oh, okay. So I started that.
Okay.
And I think my daughter was 7 or 8 then.
Okay.
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 And I started really getting them. I used to pick up from school and go to the
Charity started at home.
and parades and stuff like
Right.
that, you know. But I was really just chauffeuring and stuff, you know.
Okay.
Then I started paying attention to it and getting involved and listening to it and stuff like that. And it helped me and it helped her.
Okay, hold on. Before we go to the next segment, I got one last question. And I know this is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
When was the first time you realized you were black?
First,
Hold on real quick. Listen, we're going to be right back on the journey where Mr. Rosebud is going to say, well, listen, this is when I found out I was a brother. So stay right there. We're going to be right back on the journey.
KUDZUKIAN.
Is based in Memphis, but it is international.
A new building, an expanded team, new equipment, a new studio, all inside of 7 years.
The resources that we were able to utilize with KUDZUKIAN and their team has been incredible. And our partners at KUDZUKIAN has been a large part of our success.
One, it's black owned. So we get to tell our own stories in our own way. I'm so proud of the founder, Larry Robinson, and his entire family and all of the team here at KUDZUKIAN.
We are so proud of their progress that they've made here in Memphis.
With social media and the technology we have today, The world is listening.
KUDZUKIAN. Check out all your KUDZUKIAN favorites now. Download the KUDZUKIAN app, available on Android and iOS.
Welcome back to The Journey. I'm your host, Larry Robinson, and today's guest is Brother Elzie Rosebud. We got to talk about him being a scoutmaster because he has one of the most amazing scout troops in the city of Memphis. But before we go there, we're going to go back to when was the first time you realized that you were a black man?
That would have to be, well, in Memphis, you never really a time when you really knew.
Okay.
Because it was all around you.
Okay.
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 You live one place, they live another.
Okay.
You could do this. They set up here, you set in the back. So it was always from an early age that you knew. Okay.
Wow.
But
so you kind of grew up like a second-class citizen.
Yeah. And you know, if you grew up in the era that I grew up, you know, you go downtown, and you pay your money, but you couldn't try on the clothes. See,
you couldn't try on the clothes.
No.
So once you took them home, you couldn't bring them back either, could you?
Well, you never brought them back because you knew your size when you went.
Oh wow.
See, you didn't have a lot of money.
Right.
See, so you had to get it right the first time.
Okay.
So that's just the way it was.
So let me ask you this: what kind of impact as a young kid do you believe it had on you, knowing your place, so to speak?
Well,
because you talked about the firemen.
Yeah.
And
I was never fearful of being black.
Okay.
Okay? And because I knew some good white people.
Okay.
See, I knew they all weren't this.
Okay.
So
now, and then tell me, unpack that, good white people. What does that mean?
People that would work within the system, and some white people have what I would describe as sort of like an underground persona.
Okay.
See, they would put the show on out front.
Okay.
See, for the one that needed to see the show.
Okay.
But they treated you with dignity and respect once those people's back, once they walked away. See, they wouldn't downgrade you in front of them, and wouldn't call you names and stuff.
Right.
They would treat you like this, like you were another human being.
Right.
I had a job when I was small at at this Italian shoe shop.
Okay.
Okay. He would shine the shoes. Guys would take shoes in there and he'd shine them. See, and it was on Florida Street, and it was across from this Wabash Screen Company. And the supervisor, foreman, they bring their shoes over there and he'd shine them, okay? And when they get out, they pick them up. Well, I'd make a dime in the afternoon just making sure that handing folks their shoes so that he could keep up with his cobbling.
Right.
See, I would just hand them their shine shoes.
Right.
And he would always say, he wouldn't call me boy, he would always say, Elzie, Mr. So-and-so's coming to get his shoes, get them ready.
Okay.
Mr. So-and-so come get his shoes, get them ready. And I would meet them at the door with their shoes.
Okay.
And he told me, meet them at the door.
Right.
Meet them at the door. Because when they come inside, see, and close the door behind them, then their attitude would be imposed on me. So I would meet them at the door so that they could, and they get their shoes.
And keep on going.
And keep on
stepping.
going.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
And
wow.
And
let me ask you, has there ever been a moment where you had a negative moment where some adult did something that really kind of shocked you and really said, wait a minute, kind of stuck back in your mind?
Oh, there was plenty of those. I didn't pay attention to those.
Really?
I didn't pay attention.
How did you get that internal?
Because it was always going to be the next one.
Oh, really?
See, it was always going to be a next one. See, as long as I didn't do anything to involve the establishment.
Okay.
See, I was cool.
Okay.
Say what you want to say, call me what you want to call me, so. Long as I got to walk away.
All right.
Because as soon as I leave you, I'm going to meet somebody else just like you.
Wow.
I can't worry about you. I got to always look for the escape from the next one.
Wow.
And that's the way I did it.
That's the way you did it. All right, so let's go back to childhood. Tell me about the household.
It was my father.
What did he do?
My father worked for the Federal Compress, and he also worked for the Corps of Engineers. He worked for the Corps of Engineers during the spring and the summer and early fall.
What about mom?
My mom worked, she done housekeeping work, and she worked as a waitress, and she was a, oh man.
So your dad had 2 jobs and your mom had about 3 jobs?
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters?
Just me and my sister. Well, we had, I had a brother and a sister.
Okay.
But we lost my brother early.
Okay.
You
remember that?
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was devastating because his birthday was the day after mine.
So you remember him every birthday?
Every birthday.
Wow. How close were you guys when he passed?
We were real close. We were real close.
How old was he?
He was 6 when he passed. I was 7.
Man, that was your little brother.
My sister's the oldest, and so when we lost him, sort of things changed for me.
What happened? What took him from us?
Well, my mom was coming home from work, and I was the middle child.
Right.
He was the baby.
Right.
So he was getting all the attention from my mom. My sister was the oldest. She was getting all the attention from my dad. Middle kid, that's just the way it is. Yeah, okay?
Right.
But I had my little brother to take care of, and he looked up to me. So me and him was cool.
Right.
See, and my sister would always have situations, and me and him would have to get in the fights.
Okay.
So I was kind of her protector and his protector.
Okay.
So that was cool with me. I had a spot.
Right.
But things changed. Things changed. He was running to meet my mother coming home from work. Now we had moved from the tenements down to what was called then some new brick duplexes down on Farrell.
Okay.
The newest houses down there, and we was down there, and we were looking good, and it was sitting back over there.
Right.
But the one thing that they didn't do was remove the old cross-tie bridge across the ditch.
Right.
See, we didn't have sidewalks then. There was ditches then. The water
Okay.
just ran down the ditch.
Okay.
Now, he coming across the cross-tie and fell through one of the cracks.
Okay.
And got a splinter in his leg.
Okay.
And got the splinter out, but they didn't get all of it out.
Okay.
And it got gangrene and set up and killed him.
Oh, wow. So we couldn't go to the hospital and...
Well, that's a story between Ma and Dad.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
Ma wanted it, Daddy didn't.
Hmm.
Because he thought he had got all the splinter out.
Right. Wow. So your life changed.
Uh-huh.
Your life changed in what way?
In that Daddy made a mistake.
Okay.
And my mother forgave him. But he still saw it as him being unforgiven.
Right.
And he spent a lot of years trying to
make amends in a sense?
I won't say make amends, but because make amends means you trying to make up for the mistake that you and admitted that you did. He didn't ever admit it.
Oh.
He put it on her.
Okay. Okay.
If she hadn't been working, he wouldn't have ran across the bridge.
Oh, wow.
And that was the contentions that went on. That was the friction that went on.
As a kid, did that have an impact on you?
The impact was, well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing that Daddy, I saw my dad differently then. Say, that he was just, my mom had let it go, he should have let it go because it hurt her. Because every birthday for the next 2 or 3 years, she would always buy 2 birthday gifts. Because that's what she always did.
Wow.
When she went shopping, she bought his birthday gift, she bought mine.
Right.
And she would always, but she would never take his out.
Okay.
But you know, kids, we searching around the house, we rambling it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I see this shirt here, and then I see another one out a different color. I know whose it is. See, if she gonna get me like this hit back, the little powder with the rubber ball on,
right.
and then there's one laying over here in her dresser drawer. I know she don't play with hit back.
Okay, so hold on. Let's quickly move through.
Okay.
Plumbing. How'd you get to be a plumber, and what attracted you to plumbing?
Well, that was after I got out of the military.
Okay.
And this is gonna go back to white folk again. Okay. Now, I went down to the unemployment office, filed for my unemployment from military service and stuff like that.
So you had to file for unemployment after you got out of the military?
Yeah, because I wasn't working.
Okay.
See, so I didn't have a job. So
did you have a family at that time? Okay.
Oh, I was single then.
Okay.
I was crazy then. But anyway.
Everybody got a crazy moment.
Yeah. So I went down and I filed for unemployment, and I put down all my stuff, and as I stated earlier, I was born in Arkansas.
Right.
In Crittenden County.
Okay.
But we moved over to Memphis when I was about 3.
Right.
So this guy who was looking at my application, he saw born Crittenden County and a white guy.
Right.
And he saw veteran. So he said, you know what? He said, are you from Crittenden County? He said, I'm from Crittenden County. I'm from Marion. I said, oh yeah, I know what Marion is, yada, 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 yada. He said, you need to go upstairs and take that aptitude test. You see, we get aptitude test. The aptitude test. He said, yeah. He said, go up there, you take this piece of paper, fill the form out. He said, go up there and give it to that lady up there. Okay. So I took the aptitude test.
Okay.
And I scored high on mechanicals.
Right.
So they gave me a list of jobs, boom, 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 boom. And all of them, I said, how much this one pay? 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 So pipe fitter and plumber paid the most.
Right.
I didn't know what a pipe fitter was.
Right.
But I knew what a plumber was. So I said, well, okay, I'll take plumbing. Okay. So they gave me an application to apply for the apprenticeship program.
Right.
So I filled it out, took it over there to him, gave it to him.
How long you been a plumber, Mr. Rosebud?
52 years.
52 years. Now, how many kids have you had personally? Was your kids?
I got 3 kids, a daughter and 2 sons.
All of them college graduates?
Yes.
All college graduates, all good standing people.
Well, I ain't had to bail nobody out yet. So far so good. So far so good.
So listen, when we talk about family, I happen to know the Mrs. Rosebud. How did she impact your life?
That was the blessing from God.
Really?
That was the blessing. That was the blessing that changed everything.
Real quick, where'd you meet her? When'd you know you was in love with Miss Rosebud? Cliff Notes version.
The first date.
First date.
The first date.
Who asked who out? Did you have to court her?
Yeah, I asked her out.
Okay.
And I was and from the first date I kept trying to get away.
Okay.
I kept trying to get away.
But you couldn't get it. You
couldn't do it.
Okay, so now we're going to move to what you do and what you're known for is as the great scout master of troop?
144.
144. How many Eagle Scouts have you gone through the ranks under you?
I can only give you a round number.
Okay.
And that's so I would say over 30.
Over 30.
Over 30.
Is that normal that a scout troop will have that many Eagle Scouts? 'Cause explain what Eagle Scout is first.
Okay. Well, it's the highest rank that a young man can achieve in scouting, and you have to earn 21 merit badges minimum.
Right.
And and 11 of those, actually 15 of those, are determined that you have to have.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have 11 of these 15.
How long does it take you to become an Eagle Scout?
If you do it right, you start at 12, you should get there around 16.
Really?
Now, some folks get there at 13, some folks get there at 14, but he's not having any fun.
Right, he just plowing through it.
Yeah, and he really doesn't. It's just too much information.
What does the Eagle Scout mean for a young man, specifically a black young man?
Well, it's an attention getter.
Okay.
Because the people who are making the decisions don't see that very often. They know what it is, and they will question you, which is an opportunity for you to impress them.
Right.
See?
Right.
And in the grand scheme of things, it can help you if you use it.
Okay.
And I try to get our young men to understand that that even though I love Eagle Scout, okay,
right.
And it's a great help to them, and they can be, because once an eagle, always an eagle.
Right.
And other Eagle Scouts that are in professions and retire will come back and help other Eagle Scouts.
Right.
And you'll get this list of names of former Eagle Scouts that you can call on.
Right.
Just cold call.
Right.
And automatically it turns into a warm call.
Right.
And things will happen for you.
Okay, hold on real quick. We're going to go through a couple of them. That kid that was sitting back at the table, looking across the table at his little brother, if you could talk to that kid today, what would you tell him?
The kid that's looking at his little brother.
Yeah, y'all sitting there eating some cereal.
Okay. I would tell him to persevere, never quit, finish everything that you start to the best of your ability. Go as far as you can.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how far you go. Okay. It doesn't matter how far that's left to go. Okay. But did you finish?
Finish the race.
Did you finish the race?
Okay.
Did you pull it all out? If you pulled it all out, that's it.
Okay.
You did your best, that's what it is.
Okay. Now listen, young men are watching and listening to you right now. Mm-hmm. If you could say something right, give them a Elzie-ism, a Rosebud-ism, and look right in that camera right there, and you could talk to them. What would you say to them?
Do not follow the crowd. 90% of the time, the crowd is following the wrong thing. Be your own man. Think. Have compassion and consideration, and look for where you can be of some help to somebody. If you can help somebody once a day, it would change your whole trajectory of your mindset. It will change your mindset. And some philosopher said, so thinketh a man, so is he. If you got good thoughts in your head, you will make good decisions. If you let other people put their thoughts in your head, you're going to make their decisions, you're going to follow their plan. It's not your plan, and it will fail.
All right. I couldn't have said it better. But remember the quote. Let me make sure I get it right. Those who say it can't be done are usually interrupted by others doing it. This brother's been doing it. Now you do it. This is Larry Robinson for The Journey. Thank you, Brother Rosebud. Appreciate you being on the show.
Oh, glad to be here.
Listen, we're going to keep bringing these icons to you, and this is what it's about. Success is not a straight line. It's not a linear event. You're going to fall down, you're going to skin your knees, you're going to bump your head, but you got to keep plowing through.
Absolutely.
Once again, on the journey, keep coming back because we're going to keep bringing you these Memphis icons. Till next time. To hear more incredible stories like this, be sure to download the KUDZUKIAN app from the App Store or Google Play, or check out the Journey Memphis podcast on all your major podcast providers. Also, check us out on the KUDZUKIAN Network.